Good morning, YouTube. Scott Off-Road, how you doing today? Well, we're on our way to Moab, but getting here, that's a story in itself. So, come along, I'll tell you the story. We'll see how this goes. So, getting ready to go to Moab, decided it was time to do a belly up skid plate. And I know if you've watched the other videos, you've heard about this. So, did the belly up skid plate. Well, that created issues with the driveline angle. So, we did an engine lift in it. Didn't help the driveline, so then we adjusted the pinion. Well, that put the track bar into the gas tank and the shocks onto the springs. So then I had to do shock relocators and then adjust the pinion back down and kind of split the difference. So get all that done. Jeep seemed to be running fine except for the muffler started leaking and the cruise control quit working. This is all a week before we're supposed to be leaving. This is like Monday, and we're leaving Friday. We're leaving today. So, got her in on Tuesday for a muffler. Or no, got her in Monday for a muffler, got her in Tuesday for cruise control. And the guy doing the cruise control work calls me and goes, well, your cruise control is fine, but your timing's off. You must have slipped a tooth in your timing belt or your timing chain, or you need a new timing chain. And yeah, I don't think so. I just put a new timing chain in that less than 50,000 miles ago. So he did a little bit more looking into it. He pulled the oil pump drive gear out, and apparently that's that big round can looking thing on the passenger side of the engine about halfway up. Pulled it out, looked at it, said there's varnish buildup, there's oil gunk buildup, and the teeth are worn. And he looked inside the engine and said the teeth on the cam were really worn. He said, you know, driving around town, you may get quite a bit of life out of it, but if it were me, I wouldn't take it to the desert and go jeeping. Fact is, probably won't make it. Can't guarantee you'll make it there. Don't know when it's going to go, but not a good idea. So, but he got the cruise fix, so here we are. We're on our way. Figured if we're going to go, we're going to go big. We got plans in place on if it blows, we're going to have it just towed to a shop and rebuild the engine. We're going to look at a Jeep on the way there maybe and see if it might be a good upgrade. Don't know. We've got our options, we've got plans. What I do know is we left this morning at 5. It is now 8:40, just crossed time zone, so 7:40. Got 201 miles. Normally, this Jeep at 200 miles, I'm out of gas. I am, idiot light is on, I am looking for gas stations, and it's a critical situation. We're traveling with Max and Betty, Matt and Jen, and Max and Betty's truck with their cab over camper, they keep their speed at 60, so that's where we're at. 60 miles an hour, 201 miles, 201.8. I am just under a half a tank of gas. No wind. Jeep's loving it, running great. Temperatures just about where where she needs to be. Oil pressure looks where she needs to be. Running great. If it continues like this, we're not going to have an issue. But then again, who knows? So I'll check back in with you in a little bit, see how this goes. Alrighty, well, we left Nebraska right about 5 a.m. It is about 7:46 p.m. Nebraska time, so 6:46 local. We're just passing through Grand Junction. Jeep has been running amazing, getting about 250 miles to a tank, and that's something I've never done in this Jeep. So running pretty good. We were going to look at a Jeep on the way through Colorado and talk to them, and it was POS, so we didn't even bother stopping. But such is life. So we got about 2 hours till we pull into Moab. If I don't do more, as always, like, subscribe, follow. Have a blessed day. Thanks for coming along with the drive. Good morning, YouTube. Scott Off-Road. How you doing today? Well, it is the last day of wheeling in Moab for us, and the hood's up. This is fun. Those of you who remember from the earlier videos, and I'll put that link probably right here, blew the water pump on this coming home from Southern Missouri Off-Road Ranch Jeep Jamboree. And I really don't know how much of this is recording because apparently I broke my camera yesterday. But Jeep was gurgling, added some antifreeze, changed the radiator cap, and I think I blew the thermostat. If I didn't blow the thermostat, that means I either blew the water pump or I cracked the block. But alright, so like I said, the engine was gurgling a little bit. It's a little low on antifreeze, but wasn't seeing any evidence of leaking. So popped off the radiator cap, like I said, checked it, a little bit low, not too bad. It actually had been gurgling since doing the water pump. So right before we left, took it to the mechanic to do the cruise control, and he said the fan clutch was bad and causing it to not cool properly and causing the gurgle. So I replaced that. Didn't make sense to me, but whatever. Still gurgled. Took the radiator cap off, ran the engine for a while with the defrost on, and it bubbled some of the antifreeze out the radiator cap. And so I just put the cap on and called it good. Should have checked it, when it was cold, but I didn't. Checked it this morning. Again, no puddles underneath the Jeep. All it's really been doing is gurgling. So I pulled the radiator cap. It was low. Went and got some antifreeze and a new radiator cap, because I've never replaced the radiator cap, I don't think. Topped off the radiator, put the cap on, ran to the local store, shopped, came back, let it run for about 40 minutes. Stopped, turned it off, and I had drips, and it was drips coming from around the oil pan. So we knew we had a problem. So I started tearing into it, and all around the water pump on the top was wet. So we figured we blew a water pump again. Sent everyone else into town to go shopping. They don't need to sit here while I fart around with this thing. Started taking it apart. As I got it taken apart, around the bottom of the thermostat was wet, and it looks like, and what I'm hoping is it was leaking through there, and it dribbled down, and that's where I was getting it, where it was running down the water pump and around the block and then down. But What I have learned is I need a couple extra tools in my toolbox. I need a better place to store the camera because I don't think my camera's fixable at this point. So, oh goody, camera shopping, woohoo! Right now. Well, we're about to the moment of truth. Thermostat has been replaced. Putting the fan shroud back on. Everything's in. Take it for a test drive and find out if I hypothesized correctly. And if I did, do the happy dance. If I didn't, cry.